Hey, welcome back to the Philippines, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to me talk, hang out with me for a little bit. For you new guys that are watching my videos for the first time, hey man, I truly appreciate you guys stopping by. I am going to put a little disclaimer out there. I do speak my mind, so if I say something to make you mad or piss you off in any kind of way, I wasn't trying to do that, brother. But if I do, man, it is what it is. We could talk about it like men in the comment section. Now, today I'm going out here to get some things taken care of at the visa office, the immigration office out here in Dasma. And naturally, I decided to take you guys with me while I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk about. And today's topic is the $1,000 paradise in the Philippines. Many expats from around the world are familiar with that saying. You know, you can live like a king for $1,000 in the Philippines, or $1,000 makes you rich in the Philippines. You know, that sounds real good and stuff like that. You know, but when you look at it for real, really what it really is out here, when you really get a good look at it, you'll understand that it's not true at all. A lot of guys are made to believe these things, and when they finally arrive, they're invited to a rude awakening. That gut punching realization that the Philippines is the perfect blend of chaos and beauty at the same time, man, that's the very reason that made a lot of guys decide that, hey, man, I can't take it. I don't want to be here. But for the rest of us, the rest of us knuckleheads to decide, we're going to tough this thing out. We found a paradise here because, how simple life is here. It's normal to be a little bit confused and unaware when you first arrive because of course you're not used to the surroundings. But don't get delusional. Don't let that lead to delusion, man. In the process while you're trying to get settled in and stuff like that. Now I've had a few guys that I ran into, they kind of talked to me a little bit. Hey bro, what does life look like on $1,000? What does it actually look like in the Philippines with no fluff, no BS, no extra crap behind it? And so today I decided to go ahead and break it down for you to the best that I can. All right, now after we figure this out, it's up to you to live like this or not. And to be real about it, if this is your version of what rich looks like, then I'm all for it, man. As long as it makes you happy, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, in today's exchange rate, the Philippine peso is 58.13 per US dollar. And with that, we're going to go over your $1,000 budget. All right. First things up is rent. We're going to start low, and we're going to say between your budget is between 4,500 to 5,000 pesos a month, which equates to about 77 to $86, give or take. All right, the rates exchange every day. All right. Now the rent here in the Philippines is fair to say the least. So with the deposit and 2 months advance rent, you're looking to spend about $231 to $285 just to move in. Now in the Philippines, the good thing about it out here is that there's no credit check, so it shouldn't be no hassle to move in unless your landlord is extra. He got a little cuckoo for some money or whatever. But for the most part, these guys are pretty straight, man. So with that, you'll be left with between $742 to $769, roughly. Now, after that, every month should go back to normal, and that's what we're going to go with. And so, after you pay your rent, you're going to be left between $911 to $923. It just depends, all right? And we're going to go with that. The next thing that we got to tackle is food and diet. All right. To sustain yourself in the Philippines, you need to consider eating like the locals. You'll be limited on the things that you're used to eating since it could add up and surpass your daily budget. You need to remember that. Items like canned goods and prepackaged foods will be your best option to save money according to your budget. But you do need to remember that you'll be trading nutrition for price. So if you choose to eat like this, that's one of the things that you're going to have to sacrifice. All right. Now, example in some of these foods is like sardines, the lunch loaf meat, tender juicy hot dogs, eggs, rice, prepackaged noodles, prepackaged this and that. Uh, Me personally, if I was smart, if I were you, I would hit up one of these local cafeterias too. I know I covered it before, but this is good for this topic too. Um, I would hit up a local cafeteria, and out there you can probably spend between 300 to 600 pesos per day, give or take, depending on how much you want to eat. And if you add that up for about 30 days, you'll end up spending between 9,000 to 18,000 pesos a month on your food, which equates to $154 or $309 in USD. And if you deduct that from the previous amount, you'll be left with between $757 to $614. All right. Now let's go ahead and jump over to these utilities, man. Let's assume that you have a fan, a refrigerator, AC, a hot water warmer, and a TV for your appliance. On average, from my experience, this is based off my experience, you're going to be spending between 1,000 to 6,000 pesos per month, depending on how much you run your appliances. Now, these prices can go higher, they can go lower. Again, it just, this is just a rough estimate. But if you deduct that from your monthly budget, along with the water, which is 200 pesos on average, then that brings your total to about 1,200 to 6,200 per month in utilities. And with that, you're probably going to be spending about in dollars, $17 to $103 a month. Deduct that from your monthly income, and you're left with 740 to 511 US dollars. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the internet cost, man. This is a real simple one, Globe. That's what I use, man, and that's about 2,400 pesos a month. That's about $41 a month if you convert that to US dollars. If you deduct that from your monthly budget, what's left, you'll have about $470 to $699 left. And then if you go over the medical emergency money, it's about 5,000 pesos a month. That's what I recommend anyway. This is just an opinion. You don't have to take the advice. But that equates to about $86 a month. And this is just in case you don't have a credit card for medical emergencies or insurance. And if you deduct that from your daily budget, then you will have $384 to $610 left remaining out of your budget. Now, let's divide the remaining portions of your budget for 30 to 28 days, depending on how you get paid. Some guys get paid early, so I'm gonna do about 28 days. That's how I'm gonna divide it, because that's how I get paid every 28 days roughly, or whatever. And that equates to about 13 to $21 per day to live off of. And in pesos, that'll look like 700 to 1,200 pesos per day that you'll be living off of. All right. Now, this does not include transportation. This does not include leisure. This does not include laundry and other things that may pop up, which can get expensive depending on how far you travel, how much you like to go to the bar, how much you like to do different things. All right. With that being said, let me add this. We come to the Philippines to live, not just to scrape by. Now, I understand that the cost of living in the States is high, but for those of you who can live this way, then you should be fine here. I don't see a problem. All right, but for the guys who couldn't stand it, and for the guys who have a higher living standard, man, let me tell you something. This is not a dream house for you. This is not a dream vacation for you. You most likely won't have money to entertain a lady if that's what you're looking to do. You got to be real about it. Dealing with women is expensive too, and expats with no money, they get no honey. That's just the bottom line, and that's how it rolls out here. I'm pretty sure that's how it rolls all over the world. So if you're going to be jumping from one place going to another place with the budget that won't make it over there, and then you come over here with a budget that won't make it over here, you're really not gonna enjoy your life, brother. All right. Living in the Philippines with that amount of money means you have no choice but to accept the chaos and live a lower standard of life all the way around. You won't be exempt from any daily struggles of life happening because your budget is low, and you'll still need to hold your own because everything is on you, and the locals see you as a visitor, and visitors have money. So come here understanding that life can only get hard if you add up unnecessary bills to your life. Making the proper plans will make your transition smooth, but once you settle in, you need to cope and really get a good feel for your surroundings because it gets real out here. In my opinion, if you don't have $1,500 cash per month coming on a residual basis, then I would reconsider my options. With only $1,000 a month, you'll have a hard time putting the necessary furniture that you need in your house, appliances, and let alone maintaining your daily life. That can be a complete nightmare on $1,000 a month. You should look at life from a realistic point of view and know that plans often don't go as planned. So to have a little extra room and move around, that helps a lot, especially when you need it the most. When you listen to vloggers talk about the Philippines, like me, I'm a vlogger, take the advice with a grain of salt. Then, take in what makes sense and leave out everything else. The truth about the Philippines is that you'll never know what the Philippines is like until you get here. You'll never understand the cost of living until you have to pay for your cost of living while you're out here. Once you get out here, then you can adjust and live your life your way according to your rules. Now, I hope that these tips and this little bit of advice that I'm giving you can help you. For you guys that's been here for a while and you want to share some of your knowledge with some of the new guys that are coming out here, hey, please do that in the comment section. If I pissed you off, if you feel like this topic's been covered too much, hey, it is what it is, man. I'll try again in the next video, all right? That's all that I have for you guys this time. Make sure you take care of everything that's important before you decide to move here. And remember to love yourself at all times throughout this whole process. All right? Take care of yourself, man. Until next time, man. Holla at your boy. Peace out, bro.